Well, that was really easy. So I had to go get the pre-lab work, and today was the last day that I could do it because it needs to be at least 1 week before surgery. And today is the 1 week mark. So I had to do that. They were about to test me for COVID, even though I canceled it yesterday, but they did not. So that made it easier. Otherwise they were gonna go at my nose is what they said. So glad I did to do that. Because I'll do it on Monday when I drive 2 hours for it. So step 1 is done. Now step 2 and step 3 is surgery. So here we go.
I figured it might also be helpful to give a little background on what's happening. So back in December of last year, I decided that I was going to take the next step in seeing what a rhinoplasty would be like, how much it would be, what goes into it and whatnot. And I had been thinking about this for a very long time. So I'm 25. I'd say for about 10 years I've been talking about getting it. So that's like a little concerning as a 15-year-old, but there I was talking about what I was gonna do. So I decided that 25 was gonna be the year for me, and so I went to an ENT that my doctor recommended, and they actually had one in-house that is double board certified as both an ENT and a plastic surgeon. So I was like, wow, great, 2 birds with 1 stone. So I met with him, and everything went great, and he showed me what my before and after could look like. And so I scheduled it in that first initial visit. I was like, let's do this, let's go forward. So we scheduled it for March 18th or 19th, actually, yeah. And so that's a Thursday, and then Monday of that week, the kind of craze of Corona started coming out about the 15th or 16th, so the Thursday and Friday before that. So there was kind of like pandemonium in Chicago happening a bit. Like our work was starting to close, like people were starting to work from home, and so I was like, okay, like, I hope this doesn't affect my surgery. Like I've been waiting 10 years for this. Like let's go. We're so close. So Monday rolls around, and I had actually left the city, and so Monday rolls around and our office is closed. So everyone was working from home. So I was like, oh, I'll just stay in Michigan before my surgery. Monday rolls around, and I get a call, and they're like, we have to cancel. So 3 days away, and we canceled it. And they originally scheduled it for April 14th then. And I was like, okay, that sucks, but okay. We get closer, a couple weeks go by. They call me about 2 weeks out, and they're like, we can't do April 14th. And I'm like, okay, but listen, I'm moving out of Chicago at the end of April. So that makes it a lot harder. So they're like, okay, we can petition the hospital to see what they'll do. It's like, yes, please. They petition, it doesn't work. So they push it back till May 14th. I'm like, okay, great, this is gonna be it. Another week goes by, I think it's like the first day of May, and they're like, okay, we can't do May 14th either. They denied your request, but they can do it the next week. So today is May 18th. The 21st is when they scheduled it for, and I think it's actually happening. So that's where we are. We are going to Chicago this afternoon for 10-minute COVID test because they wouldn't let me get it at the hospital down the road. It's getting real. I think it's actually gonna happen this time. We are at the same point as I was 2 months ago. I'm 3 days out before the surgery, and that was when they called me to tell me it was pushed back. So I hope that doesn't happen today, but considering I've already talked to the hospital, I think we'll be okay. I'm getting a little nervous for especially the COVID test, to be honest, but it will be fine. My friend says it's only 5 seconds long, and she's taken multiple of them, so hopefully I will be okay. I will probably chicken out filming it because I watched a video of it and it looked absolutely horrible the other day. Yeah, I can't wait to drive 4 hours for a 10-minute test. It's gonna be great. Everything I wanted to do on Monday.
Okay, we are on our way. It's 4:30 and my appointment is at 5:30 Chicago time. And we're going. It is Thursday, May 21st at about 5 in the morning. We're getting ready to go. I have to be there at 6 and there's an hour time change, so it works in our favor. Let's get on the road. Well, we're about a mile away from the hospital, and yeah, we're almost there. Well, Rachel, how'd it go? It went. Well, I look like a hot mess. It's day 3, I guess. And, yeah, we're doing okay. Sleeping is pretty hard, because you have to do it kind of like upright. I tried to do it on the couch and I couldn't do that. So we just popped up a bunch of pills against my headboard. My voice sounds so funny, and I hope it comes back normal after it. But today I get to take a shower and rinse out my nose, so I'm not looking forward to that. But maybe I can take this off today. I don't know. Ooh, I don't want to do this, but I really need to take a shower. Okay. Well, I kind of cleaned it up a little bit so you can see it. But so far, it looks pretty cute. It still kind of hurts. Well, it's not hurting, it's just uncomfortable. I can't breathe. So, yeah. I took a shower and I did the nasal rinse, and that wasn't as bad as I thought. My voice sounds so weird. But yeah, I'm developing some practice. But I got this all wet, so it's okay. Still kind of hurts. Well, today's a pretty good day. You can see that there's the starting of some black eyes. I put on a little bit of makeup earlier because I had to film a graduation congrats video, and I didn't want to scare the people that were going to see it. So I did that, so there's a little makeup on there. But
yeah, it's just really uncomfortable today. Still not being able to breathe through it is kind of awkward, but we are getting there. I'm hoping that as the days go by and I continue to like rinse it out, I'll be able to breathe a little bit more. But yeah, it is really hot today, so it's hotter inside of our house right now. So I'm just sitting outside, trying to cool off because I'm just uncomfortable like everywhere. Like I cannot find anything to do that is comfortable. So that's the most frustrating thing, but another day is almost done. So it is Sunday the 24th, and I had my surgery on Thursday, and I wasn't really wearing this today, but we went out for a walk for a long time, and I was talking a lot more, and so when we came back for dinner, it was just, there was a lot of stuff coming out, so I just put this back on because I was just running around with the Kleenex underneath my nose if I didn't have anything on. So I was able to have a small stream of air go through my left nose, but since I've covered it up, I don't really know if it's still there anymore. Kind of tender today because I had to wear a mask, and we're outside and I can't have any sunlight on it. And although there's not much of my actual nose skin showing at this point because of all the cast and whatnot, I just wanted to be super careful, so I was wearing a hat, I was wearing sunglasses, I was wearing my face mask, so literally like the only portion of my nose that was showing was up here, which is really not like any wearing of my skin. And I had sunscreen on. So we were bundled up, if you might say. Sleeping last night was awful yet again. I've not been able to sleep well, other than I think like the first day my nap was really nice, and that was about it, and that's because I was still coming off of anesthesia. So you can already tell a little bit that my voice is better, and it was immediate after I had like that stream of like air go through my nose. So I'm excited that my voice didn't change during this. I am like honestly just really over it. This morning was just like so frustrating because I just want to rip my nose off. I'm so just over it. It's like tender on the bottom where the stitches are, and it's itchy. And like now the cast that I've started getting it wet is like gooey and like coming off. A lot of stuff is happening. So I get one more day off tomorrow, Monday, is a Memorial Day. And then Tuesday will be my one day of going to work, of working. And then Wednesday I have off because I have to go back to Chicago. And I get to take this off and hopefully breathe. They tell you a lot like in the post-op, and I like don't know why, because I barely remember any of it. Like I was pushed out of there. Literally, she's like, 15 minutes, your mom's here, out the door. I'm like, okay, I don't think I can stand up right now on my own, but okay. I signed up for this, right? I can't even smile without it looking weird. I just don't even care anymore because this is like pretty comfortable. I just worry it's gonna fall off, you know? Trying to get that sun. Well, it is Monday, Memorial Day, the 25th, I don't know. And it is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4-day post-op, or I don't even know, a day after yesterday. And things are going pretty good. I took a sleeping pill last night, so I was able to sleep for the most part, and even though the air conditioner wasn't turned on, we had it figured out. So yeah, I hit my nose today with my hand while I was trying to brush my face, and that hurt a lot. So, and that was this evening, so I'm still in some pain and I need to go take some Tylenol. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty okay. Can breathe a little bit more. I took another full shower, so I got super wet today. It is what it is. I just wish I could rip it off of my face. I'm excited to go to bed again today because I was laying out in my makeshift face cover,
today to get a little tan, and the sun just takes it out of you. So we're downtown watching the sunset, but we walked around some and I had my face mask on, and it's just so hard to breathe. So I'm just sitting in here. But yeah, so that is my update. So tomorrow I go to work, and then the next day I get to take my cast off. So I'm looking forward to that. So last night this started falling off, right? Like you can tell it's lifted. So if I move a certain way, honestly I think it would pop off. So I think we'll be okay today when he takes it off. Just here we go. My lips are fully numb because it just like came down on it. Does it look good?
Huh? Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I should provide a little bit of an update. So, there was a lot going on when I got my cast off, so it's taken me a little bit. But, so today's Friday, 2 days after I got my cast off, and clearly this is how I look, so pretty good. Getting my cast off was a bit interesting. So as you saw, I got the cast off, whatnot. They had to put some stuff in it to like numb it, and then he pulled it off, and then he put a vacuum up both sides to just like get rid of all of like the gel and everything that they had used. And that was pretty uncomfortable, almost painful. He said it wasn't going to be painful, but it was kind of painful. And I had to tell him to stop because I felt like I was going to pass out. And then, so they did that, and then he took out some of the stitches I had on the bottom. So he took out the stitch on the right side, and then waited a second, and then went in on the left side. And so I'm sitting in the chair, and I'm like closing my eyes because he was taking the stuff off here. It is pretty close to my eyes anyways. And I kind of felt like I had fallen asleep. And so when I felt like I was waking up, I like reopened my eyes, and the doctor's really close to me. My mom's holding my head on the other side, and turns out I had passed out and had started seizing. So that's like not uncommon for me. I have done it before, but it has been a while, probably about 5 or so years since I have last done that. But yeah, so I guess the pain was a little bit too much, or it was just like a lot of sensory overload, being able to smell again and breathe again. My doctor said it was normal and happens all the time. So he got me some Gatorade and essentially just sent us on our way after I felt okay, which was like within 5 minutes. So yeah, so that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I was pretty okay after that, kind of just like exhausted. We had gotten lunch, and then we had actually stopped a few places shopping on the way home because Indiana is open and Michigan is not. So we got some stuff there, so that was nice. He was really pleased with how it looked immediately after taking off the cast. It normally is more swollen than it was, so that was exciting. There's still like layers of glue on it from the cast, and so it looks like it's been peeling over the past couple of days, like I got a sunburn or something, and just kind of layers of skin and glue are coming off still. I have one more stitch in this nostril that has really been tickling me today, and I'm trying to like pull it out, but I don't really know what to do because it is kind of bothering me, but not like painful bothering me, but like itching me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but yeah, today's been pretty good. It just feels really tight, so apparently that means it's still swollen, so it's gonna come down, but it will probably be swollen for several weeks. What is interesting is like I won't know the final results for several months, like probably until the end of the year, because that is just what happens when you get your nose done. It just takes that long. But I mean, like, obviously already I can tell like the main thing was my tips, so, and that looks like so good, like not scared of a side profile anymore, you know. Here's the new me. So excited about it. Well, well, well. Here I am. Hi! So, here I am, literally 5 months later. That's how long it's taken me to finish this video. But I thought it would be more fitting to provide a more real-time update when I'm actually gonna post this of how it's gone since my last check-in like 5 months ago. So, here it is. So earlier on, before I got the surgery, I shared a little bit about why I wanted to get it done and how it was kind of always something that I wanted to do starting like in my teens and just growing up more recently. And so this was the year that I finally bit the bullet and did it. And I'm really glad that I did. I think immediately afterwards, I wasn't as shocked by the results. I didn't realize how much had changed, and throughout the summer months, because I was exposing myself to sun, I think it was a little bit more swollen and whatnot. And so I think like now that I'm not in the sun anymore and it's longer since the surgery, I think like this is the final product and I am really excited about it. I think it just suits my face more, and I don't think it's like a noticeable surgery. Like I don't think until I posted this video people probably realized that I had it done, which I think is the goal. But also like I didn't want to change the way that I looked. I still wanted to look like myself, but I just wanted to get a little bit of the extra off, you know? I was looking at some old photos the other day, like when I was like 10 and whatnot, and I didn't notice my nose being something that was very prominent on my face, but I think as I grew up and grew into my body more, I think my nose grew a little bit more than the rest of me, and I think that that's where I started to notice like, oh, if I just kind of, that would be a little bit better. And so that's what I did, and I'm honestly kind of proud of the fact that I did it. I think a lot of people are like, oh, like they would either never get work done and think like anyone that does that is just like fake, and then there's the people like, I want everything done, I want to like be a completely new person. And I think as people honestly are trying to like stay their best selves longer, are like good for you. And so like that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like I'm spending the rest of my life in this body, and like if I can do something that's gonna make me feel better, I'm gonna do it. And so I was excited that I was at a point in my life that I could afford it, as well as like have the recovery process done. Shout out to COVID for that, because that made it really easy. One thing I also wanted to share is I can smell things so much better. I can breathe so much easier. If I were to ever work out again, I bet I could not have as much of a hard time breathing. it was almost unbearable the first couple months because I was essentially relearning how to smell because the smells were so strong. I would get headaches pretty frequently in the first few months, I would say, of just like overwhelming smells. At this point, I'm pretty well adjusted to my new sense of smell, so I don't get headaches as often from like an overwhelming smell anymore. The logistics of having my nose done are 10 out of 10. I can breathe so much easier. It's like worth it in that own regard. So do want to share that there was another purpose of this surgery, not just cosmetic, but both are big pros in my book. I hope you don't exploit me for sharing all these like bad photos, and some of the videos that I took were a little like, oh my gosh, like I clearly just didn't need to pick up the camera at that moment, but you know what? I wanted to share because when I'm 70 and looking back, I want to remember this time and what I went through. So that's all I've got for you today. If you want to watch some more videos about my life, you can check out the other videos on my channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video.